Hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Adventure in TARDIS. With me, Quill. We're hiding in the background, as always. It's gonna be a little bit strange because it's always a fun for me. So that might mean people coming in and out.
Okay.
And also, here's my prediction for today. There you go. Just a reference to the last part.
Sure, but I still wouldn't have predicted your prediction.
Just kidding, by the way. Obviously, we are referring to a promise. But there are a lot of promises made in the Doctor Who universe. So it could be referring to a lot of things. It could be referring to Mirage being like, oh yeah, I promised you that I would get revenge on you. Or it could be to Princess and you promised me that you would protect me. And then you used me as a bait. What theme do we want here? Dark? Normal? Yeah,
Conversation.
Conversation.
I would say decently serious conversation.
Yeah. Part 8. A promise made is a promise kept. Princess the been watches as soon as the doctor, father, son, and Dr. Kennedy exit the cabin. Luffy is still inside, watching after the little fort. Oh yeah, Salazar is saying that he would come after them, and he wasn't here yet.
Yeah. He was outside comforting Crackle. And Curbstop was with him to guard them both.
Yeah. Osh. Because the sure is not something I can say easily. But Ashash is serving. The boy is down and the still sleeping form of Crackle. He is still sleeping, Sada whispers. I made sure of that. And besides, following image of Salazar sat in the front of windows. Though no fault of her own, she is a compromised agent now. Mirage is pretty much confident that herself, by getting the random image of her face in the mist. Finally, we're talking directly to Gekko. I mean, no, it could be a trap to make you think that she's compromised. As such, do not spill any sensitive information anywhere near Gekko. Here, unless we use the ability to deceive Mirage. Even when she is asleep. Because while she is asleep, the symbiote that has been implanted to all the fake symbiotes might be still listening.
Is the shirt backwards? What you wearing?
No?
The letters seem backwards.
That means because of this code.
I know the E's and the L's are pointing the wrong way.
Then the picture is mirrored. It's
Alright,
just a
because I
window
know
feed.
you're not mirrored, so the shirt is.
Maybe? Wait. Oh yeah! Because there is the extra under it.
Okay.
So yeah, the ones on top are mirrored. They were just a mirage. Speaking of which, I'm going to misspell you aloud. Where's information that you want to know? But Mira doesn't know that you know. So we will use the cover to hide the fact that we are having some telepathic communication with each other right now. So with what? Peter and I start to rely the party with various points of information that he had to capture during his last mission with her, and how the ramifications of the previous encounter verified the current mission. I mean, you could have told this while you were not with her. Then not to hide the fact that you might have a communication at all. He only gave this report to them all before they left the TARDIS. Yeah? That's what I said. So right now he's basically repeating himself. Except now, he's being less precise. Alright, so that's what I said. While I remember all about details you already know, go ahead and give me the real report this way. Ooh, that is something that not every pony or everyone can do. Multitasking, or multi-focusing, even more, is hard.
Yeah.
It's like when someone is talking to you, and you also want to watch two different videos at the same time.
I think some people could do it. Or just like watch some YouTube video or even your video right now while playing on another program, some kind of sports, and just kind of listening to the scores.
Yeah, but that's focusing on one and listening to the other one.
Hmm. Well, I'm focusing and listening to you, but also kind of listening to this other sports program, or maybe I have some kind of music on, or something like that. Yeah, it's sort of multitasking.
Yeah, here what they can do is literally just not even listen to him what he's speaking, just focus
Yeah,
on the hologram.
right.
Because he literally said that you already know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's just his companions. Also focus more on my holographic self if you're having trouble multitasking. Yes. If you get hoofed though, by all means, be welcome to participate in my rubber conversation as well. The more you do so, the more it will seem that it's the only thing we are doing. I mean, when I am playing a game, I usually have a window on the other screen. But there are times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop the game, and I'm gonna listen to what is being said, and actually focus on the window.
Well, a lot of times we were playing that Heroes of Justice, or was it Elements of Justice? And we were just watching the show, but whenever we talked to each other, it often paused. Like we stopped that task to do another.
Yeah, so we can, you don't have to lose anything that is being said.
Well, otherwise, we'd be talking right over the video and also paying less attention to it.
Yeah. I don't even know if they have a new window up or not yet. I mean, I didn't even check. For obvious reasons, because I wasn't even well. me checking them. Comments of Jesse. Oh, they have a mod of Justice, so not the actual line yet. But it takes a long time. We don't need them. Did I read this question?
No, you did
no,
not read
no.
that yet.
The group does so. See? Even when I'm not multitasking, I'm forgetting things. Those who went inside the cabin earlier, share what information they have accumulated so far. That information includes an offer for a meal and the appears cooked inside. Yeah, but there is nothing left of that, I can assure you. But I will have to go in there to receive it. In the food that went out here, which is good, it may awakening crackle. Yeah, food is a very powerful awakening thing. Just smell enough. Alone is enough to awaken some ponies. Like if Nerfy doesn't want to wake up, just make some muffins.
That happened to me a few times, like just waking up to the scent of breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, coffee, or you have something that you like, or something you don't like, as well, that can wake you up. When it's happened about it being shared, Dr. and Dr. Kelly each have notes about participating in the Pizza. The active dual layered combination. I mean, duh. Dr. is all on the multitasking for the whole time, counting the time. And the Min does so in Elizabeth too. The Min, however, could not. As such, she gets her focus on the hologram combination, otherwise can be quiet. I mean, for Duff it wouldn't be strange. He would be looking at the hologram with one eye and at Salazar with the other. I don't know if she would be able to talk in real life with the hologram as well. No. Is she even outside?
She's still inside. Like, continuing to put her in the middle, as stated earlier.
Yeah. I mean, no, it has said that Floppy has already cooked the meal. She's at least able to have a look at some of the ponies who are by talking. Or she can make a say of her sole focus on the hidden phantom combination. Now, this figures all of that established. Allowed in Dr. Kelly's phantom level, I would like permission to tap on the Force, Minty, Roadbud, and Toy Wars, the TARDIS. From there, I will keep a sharp eye on them. I will keep my not sharp eye on here. I will find them automatically counseling too in Riot and in P. Now, would that mess with the timeline if you are cross-selling for the Toy Box? That's a good question, right? Your Toy Boy became what he became because there was no one to be for him. No one there. And the nightmare slowly took over. We don't actually know what happened to him, by the way, but I mean, you most likely do because you are the writer, but we, the readers, don't actually know what actually happened.
There's plenty of hints of it in
Yeah, there are hints, but
Skydancer.
the voice most likely needs that I should accept accordingly. As for the fourth, the mental and emotional state is pretty good, all things considered. Though I'm so emotional ain't have them out. I also suspect there is much about that local situation, and lessons going way over the head, but they may also require sharp supervision, since they are oblivious to some of the nature they face. Did you check them all for the virus? And I heard you double check. No, that's why I'm sending them to the TARDIS, right?
Yeah, put him in quarantine there. There you go.
I mean, yeah, there are two ways of quarantining things. You can quarantine the ones who are still healthy, or you can quarantine the one who is spreading the virus. I did. They are clear. With clear shirt. At least for now. I would like to escort them to the ship to assure them that remains true. While we are on the subject, I am growing concerned about Kingston's financial involvement with this scenario. I mean, Kingston might not be here yet. You don't know when you are. Also, what are you doing in the room? I saw you. Saw you.
Well, his fall in the Crystal Empire definitely occurred by now.
Yeah, but his fall is already occurred, so he might be just living in some restaurants right now. Also, wouldn't no, I almost asked something to mean. I almost asked if Kingston would know about this, but the timeline has already changed. So he wouldn't know anything about what would happen in this scenario. Here's how Snapshot in concern. If in the future, which is the time that me, son, and video come from, but should it became? Well, must I was corrupted a long time ago. We also know that part of King's spirit is sort of alive in this time period. So his immortality here is possible. Yeah? Also she is very antsy because my mother is leaving soon. That's why she's doing around all the time. You wanna go? They don't really speak English, I don't really speak English around them.
I think you're right. I actually made that correction from Come to King.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. That's why we have proofreading.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how many people proofread something, there are always other things that you are gonna stick to. We also know that part of Kingdom Spirit is sort of alive. Yeah, I had this one. It might be inevitable for these two to eventually meet, but I don't think any of us want it to happen right now. That would feel like coming in an already messy mission. I mean, yeah, but if they are already inside the TARDIS, then they wouldn't meet. That's why he has the keratin in multiple ways. Yes, good. There we go. Now I can breathe. Strange, right? Yeah, it's gonna be much easier to speak when I can actually get to my...
I agree that it's typical.
He will live with it or make him wherever and whenever he shows himself. I mean, time and place are relative. For them especially. And so the whole Sam assured calmly, but also firmly. It's not comforting to know he may soon be involved with this mission, but I appreciate that he had the heads up nonetheless. It is always wise to be prepared. There you go.
Prepare.
I mean, that's kind of what happened here. They all know that the enemy is coming. The evil king is coming. He's the first one on a mission to interfere energy. And I've been told to in mind. We are basically doing the exact same thing. I have no doubt that Christopher would love to get his troops on Mirage Night Patch Illusion Scepter. That in turn makes it all the more likely that he can get involved. Also, there is one other pony who is doing the same thing. That's you, Panavind. You are not gathering fear energy, but you are gathering love energy and happiness energy. But basically the same thing, even though it's an opponent. So literally, what everyone is doing in this period is this. They're gathering energy. Noted.
Yes, you're on that paragraph.
The places that holds up with continued calm tone. The next episode to encourage his subordinates into the same mood. Now, let's move on. No, sir. It is your shame. The decision must ultimately fall to you. Just in case it is a factor for your decision, I must say that I trust my captain to look after them well too, if she has to. If the locality also goes, then any emotional instability on my captain's part will likely be manageable. That's the telepathic insight of our advantage psychologist here. Yeah, but the psychologist is here, not there.
That's about to change.
Oh, she's planning to go
She's
with them.
volunteering to go back to the ship to watch after the foals and toy box.
True, I remember that. Furthermore, if she gets Harry over there for any reason, then everybody we send there can probably have squalid too. William would also be able to tell the danger coming, for example. So I think the same might have a good hoofer of the situation over there. After that, I'm also in favor of the option of getting the victim lost in the fog out of the equation of this adventure. Be careful how you word this. This could mean multiple things. Like take out the dog, right? By sending them towards the safe sanctuary, at least temporarily. After all, the more we transfer in there, the fewer that will be left for mirage together, the negative energy from. Then in turn, makes us a few steps closer to our ultimate mission objective. Now, that's my take on the situation. What do you think? I mean, I now imagine the Dr. Kelly and Salazar are just talking to each other and maybe Feather is taking a few comments. In the meantime, something like just saliva dropping from her mouth. I'm pretty sure it's not that, but the image is so silly that just cannot go over my head.
I can actually even more easily imagine that with Derpy if she was standing there, maybe with some kind of dizzy eyes.
I mean, she already has the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the look over the Dr. Kelly for a moment. Then look by Turner as he verbally, or also quietly, says something that I want to what Turner verbally reported earlier. Later, the doctor also gives them more pertinent information. Also, it seems that they are thinking the same thing that I did, that yes, he is asleep. But the Symbiote didn't. Even though she might not have a Symbiote, but she still has the virus and the activated, and Mirage would be still be able to hear everything.
That's something they took into account.
I think it is risky, or necessary. It's the first time the internet replied. If it allows to get to the ship, we will lose a major asset here. But right now, I think this is one we can spare. The more innocent but otherwise sabotaged alive that we send out of the ship, the more she will be needed there. As a matter of fact, I actually recommend we send Dorothy there too. You are sending your only lifeline against the nightmare that is appearing before you.
No, not the only one, but she is helpful.
They are literally sending most of Kelly and Dorothy. The ones who can stop the nightmare. Not the physical ones. The psychological ones. The therapy sessions can dig deep into the psychological roots of a patient's problem. But she has made us very aware long ago that issues take time to solve. Processing a whole lot of suicide victims we will probably be sending at my ship soon. That finally it is too much. Well, you are quite optimistic, sir. You think that you will find a lot of non-corrupted people, Poland. You will definitely meet a lot of Poland, but they will be all corrupted by the virus. That's my take on this, probably. It has to be concerning. I mean, yeah, you are assuming that she will need non-corrupted ones to feed the capture. Yeah, that can be a thing. Now, I imagine that one very concerning scenario when they meet Mirage and she just pops up in the holodeck in their own thing. By the way, I have heard everything until now. In the conversation just comes in.
They're supposed to be guarded by the TARDIS, so that would be quite a feat.
Supposed to be in the sentence. We don't know how many monsters or insolents have she amassed by now.
Yep, that is a mystery.
Now, don't get me wrong, Dr. Kelly would still be more and more useful on the team, but not be the talent for more immediate de-escalation of conflict and trauma. And she can do it en masse, and it's the key. Yeah. Her ultimate powers, muffins. I won't argue with that, but you guys herself agreed. I am intelligent, resourceful, and organized, but I can sense a positive impression of much more quickly. I also agree with this plan. Sans herself chimed in. Dumpy is not she's incompetent like some of us can be. He said, he supports and recommends those who are. Now that is useful, but the whole point of why we came here is to protect and rescue the innocent. They have to get and keep our priority. Means devoting any resources we have that are necessary to establish that and maintain that protection. I know the death isn't here, but my mind and than there. If the music is not fully against the situation, I'm not gonna change it. I'm just letting it go how it wants to.
I barely hear it at all.
I mean, that's the point. It's just background music. That this way we don't get any copyright issues and stuff like that. It can be a little louder. So. Yeah, it's not too loud, right?
No.
There is another angle to the situation that makes it smooth and efficient. Other guys hold us up and they need to serve as a backup to the main side team. I don't think someone like Mira should be underestimated. And such as it may not be right to pool all of our resources into one place. I mean, if we think about it clearly, you have a lot more resources. Remember that there was a huge ship of the TARDIS, a huge space station, and you have a lot more time lots and time ladies and different creatures who can help out later on if you fail.
Yes, that's true, but the TARDIS can't leave the fog right now, and neither can communication.
True.
But that doesn't negate the possibility that they might send more backup if they don't get reports quickly.
But they know where the fog is.
They do, yes.
So, the TARDIS is not communicating that all the one places will mean. It's the rest of you can capture later on. Those of us who are sent back to the ship will later come back and rescue you. On that point, Captain Bradley and announced special consideration here. He could have easily been against some god in this mission, and quite frankly, I think she is the only one among us that can actually meet Mirage in a straight up fight. In the changing leaves us with no other choice. But he has PTSD. You are to love her. It is literally the same thing that happened to Discord in the changing 5. Because otherwise it would be not a fight.
Yeah, that paralyzed him. Besides, he didn't have his powers at the time.
Yeah, that's why I said that. It is literally the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Mirage on her own wasn't enough, and being augmented by the same bite as well. Yeah, I don't think Nadine has I really do think Nadine has the only realistic chance to win in the fight in negotiated affairs. Who said that, by the way?
Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
Okay, it's still on a conversation.
I imagine both Doctor and Salazar are looking at her like that. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, all 3 of these paragraphs that's on the page that you now scroll past is her.
Yeah. But that seems did stated her emotional state is a fragile. However, we don't get ability emotional. And I can professionally fulfill that. And love can magically fortify my emotions. With all of those talents combined, I do think we have decent odds of keeping Melody emotionally stable. Even while on the rest. No, I really don't think that it was gonna happen if you let her come out. No matter how much you buff her with the PTSD, all Mirage has to show in one picture. Literally. And she just might be the key to winning against Mirage if all the options are failed. Yeah, and she can be the key to your decision as well if Mirage takes over her. Because you literally just said that she is mentally weak and Mirage is using mental attacks. If you think about it, the 4 of us could be the perfect team to make all of you up if need be. If we get captured, and the holographic puts in, it means we face something formidable enough to leave out the powerhouse like Gersom, along with some fully discovered at the doctor. Given the scenario, the potential scenario, Captain Melody is likely the only one equipped to for that situation, but only if she can maintain emotional stability. Of those who can help secure that, Vision, Dr. Kelly, and Duffy are the best choices to do that. All things considered, this sounds like a good plan. Yeah, but once again, PTSD is not something you can just live that easily.
Oh yeah, and Dr. Kelly would know that. Derpy's damn good at making a temporary patch on that though. She magically augments your emotions and one of them specifically fortifies courage.
Lucy? You don't need to bark at everyone. Thus, we know the situation is going to grow more and more complex by the TARDIS, and we send more former victims there. And at least, we may have a sanctuary. We will have sanctuary, but they still have their accent trauma and session to live in. Yeah, but sanctuary only lasts until you attack. Just some D&D.
Yeah.
But you get an excellent hand on her shoulder. Perhaps never hope for that. Quite frankly, he was actually new on that front, Doctor. And the sort of stuff added to the Doctor with a slightly apologetic smile to his face. I was afraid the Doctor might take offense to that observation. Be careful, Father. These, feelings might actually show on your real body self. If you are not careful.
Before you read on, I would like to make a note that of everything I've seen from the old Doctor Who show, he would take offense because he was actually rather easily triggered.
I mean, yeah.
But in this case, we're talking about Belladina and other crew he trusts, so Belladina he downright loves, because he had some special history with her.
Yeah, but we are talking about Dr. Kelly. Ah,
Yep.
so this is why Dr. Kelly has to go, because because they think that Dr. Kelly is better than him.
Yeah, they're mainly talking about those at the ship and those who are being sent to the ship and why.
I completely agree. The Doctor agrees enthusiastically. For the same reason I have a great deal of adventuring experience, is also the same reason I have committed a lot of burdens, regrets, and trauma. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, so it is wise to keep that in mind collectively. And like I said earlier, I keep all my tools here to carry in mind. It will allow me to at least remotely be some assistance to the ground team. Even during momentum where those on the ship in my complete focus. I am well programmed AI in this role. Don't leave the microphone, please. I don't know if it was hearable or not.
Yeah.
I have well programmed AI in this role, so I manage the situation here. So it can be some assistance. Wow. I will have some trouble with this one. Assistance will seem either way. Over time, I will add more if then programming conditions. Huh?
Read the rest of the sentence and see if it helps make sense. If it still doesn't, I can explain.
To have assured programming remains optimal for upcoming missions.
If then is part of programming conditions. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do this, and just a whole set of that.
Oh, I have never seen this used like this.
Okay.
That's why I was confused.
Okay.
I have seen it separately that if, then, but I have never seen this written like this.
I'm not sure which language is it in, but I have heard that it's programming code conditions.
I mean, I have heard it if then, but not written like this.
Alright.
I really like how you all think of the better than yourself with a smile. You had a well into the mission, and so are your hearts. Looks and Doctor, both of them. Very well. The Doctor agrees that I order the security and nothing. Return to the ship and this is everybody we send there. For now, that will include these twins and turbos. As you said, keep a pretty close eye on the letter. He may be trouble one day. No, trouble is already in other timeline. But let us be sure this is not this day, or any other to follow the duration of this mission. We have enough complications on our host as it is. Yeah, good for you, Trevor is not here. At least we don't know if he's here. Or she? Was it she? I think it was she. In this scenario. At the same time, keep your drone and at least one warp zone with us. We will form the needed later to send more victims to the ship. If you haven't had the other part before this, it sounds like that they are causing the victims to appear. Also, it made me wise to provide a potential shortcut for anybody we send to the ship to come back and to the ground team. As for this one though, Sarah herself goes on to say, by speaking herself looks down like Keckle. She is not to come to our ship under any but the most dire circumstances. I'm not wiping the ocean off the table completely, but that's very likely we are the main objective. Thus, it would be smart for us to send any infected to our ship where we are sending the rest of the rescued victims. Let us take the chance of spreading the infection. If we have to send her there before we fully deal with Mirage, then she must be quarantined. I mean, the TARDIS itself is a quarantine to begin with, but yeah. We have a good store of medical supplies and food on this ship too. The Cali Holo staff remains. That too remains noteworthy. Badly against fire the TARDIS as well, but that's Holo staff. They don't do much good, and the real chapter traps us in the fog. But maybe she can use it to warp within the imbalance universe, at least if need be. Yeah? I think we got a solid plan here. Let us solo staff conclude. As such, I approve of this plan. Just then, the camera started to stir. This immediately seizing the attention of everyone last present. It was Garth Storm, who we forgot about to mention for a long time. Who had been emerging out sporadically for other side of trouble, which might emerge from the mist around them, and I sense trouble not here. Which was the American kicker. Oh, you are still here. I moaned very tiredly, as she gave the thumbs up to the thin light of badly getting open eye. I thought I had dreamed it. Ah! You are still dreaming, my dear lady. You actually have dreamed of that before, haven't you? But I guess it's rightly, as the political who was with him by the building. He found that the response more deeply than said. Forgive me. It's hard for me to imagine how much you had to endure during my absence. Even though I could have gotten went away and come back in a second. Because I have time. Time machine. Kind of. Oh, fast from the opening of his door. And it's outside the scooping motion as he permitted. But I swear to you, I will make up for lost time. Me and my team all. The passion shifts to beaming pride, as you did by saying. And I would gladly welcome you, Kakul, to be part of my team from now on. Turn the water hand aside and live in shame. I rightly replied, "No, sir." He didn't make my reply, and I pulled his hoof by his side. He slowed as he asked her, "What do you mean?" When he asked her that, because to him there are multiple issues for that she might have rejected. He listens to her response carefully to help him decipher precisely which issue she had an objection to, instead of leaping to conclusions. "Do not call me Keckle," Keckle replied, "for I am Queen Kitten." No. He is not yet. And I looked an eyebrow at her response curiously. Doesn't behind him share a similar response? So I said, "Not that we meant you specifically requesting that I identify you by that name." "Yeah, and I am realizing that that was a mistake," she said as she called off to her four hooves. She left the rest of the group. They gave a very tired but also demonstrating bow. She lowered her hand, too, as she said, "I offer my deepest and sincere apology for my unprofessional behavior before. It is most unbecoming of one of the top agents or smile like me." He sees in the silent eyes, the line of his mouth curved down again into a sort of frown. He has already had enough to figure out where this conversation is going now, and he is also wise enough to realize why it is so. Me, I told her Dr. Crowley, and the doctor also figured it out, and there was an inkling. I didn't know inklings are in this universe, though. Although the rest cannot see this, since they are behind him, Captain also gives the Shadow a sympathetic crowd. And the warrior who went to endure many horror trials before, he knows why it is repeatedly necessary to set emotions aside. Emotional ambition is done. Besides, I also told you that I go by another name when I am on a mission. Your enemies actually surround just enough to gain enough enterprise about Farad. As such, I suggest we start over with the introductions again. So yeah, he most multiple other projects here. For the duration of this mission, until we are done, call me Ladybug. Agent Ladybug. You know, Salazar. My name is Bond. James Bond. I mean, do we know that James Bond's name is actually James Bond? Or is it just a fake name as well? We will never know. Or do we actually know?
I think it is his real name, but the code name for him would be 007.
Yeah, but that's just a number. Yeah, the code name is 007, but every one of his enemies knows him as James Bond. Because he introduced himself as one.
I'm not imagining him saying, "My name is 007."
I mean, once
He's
again,
saying that to a mob boss in a casino.
we will never know if he is really that's his original given name or not. Because he's just using James Bond.
Well, especially since several actors played him across many decades, it made him seem like a.
And they will all James Bond.
Also, like the Doctor, um, each actor that portrayed him did it a little bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, this has actually a reason because of the reincarnation makes him different.
What do you mean for the Doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the show staff wanted some excuse built into the story to explain why each actor didn't have to perform exactly like the last actor.
I mean, that would be impossible.
And furthermore, and I've noticed a reoccurring pattern here, every time a regeneration occurred, the next Doctor does not reclaim the memories that last perfectly for a while. It gives the new actor time to adjust to the role. And some a way to explain the character is still figuring himself out too.
I mean, that we are really happy that none of the actors acting like in the first Doctor.
Not true. He was actually the most insufferable one.
But yeah. Like right, I mean, I thought as you and Indian that are doing. Like you told my boss before. Here I did from the bow. I am well aware that you gave that name to him on the first lesson. But I think we need to keep our relationship professional from now on. Ah, so you mean to say that Mia just into your head already? And she already talked to you that you have no chance. Furthermore, the last time I was able to speak to my boss, he told me that I am under your command, under a secure ambition or objective. Since you continue to serve and protect the best interest of my country, I remain under your command. Use me how you see fit. Okay, then I will call you Kicker. If I am your boss, I can call you however you want, right?
Squish you like a ladybug.
Because that was her eyes that turns off, sadly, as she was. Bear in mind, however, that I am a compromised alien for the time being. Miraculously infecting me and her influence was difficult to resist. I managed to keep her from controlling my body, but nevertheless, she is aware of anything I know. I strongly advise you to keep this in mind. I mean, then it doesn't make sense to keep speaking your name. He already knows your real name.
She does, but maybe no one else does it in the fog. And that's a solid maybe.
I mean, I think we established before that it actually acts like a hive mind.
Marsh is supposed to be pretty good at keeping secrets too. That's her background as a spy. What is that? All that you see is red.
Yeah, I think just that. Let me just hide the box. There we go. I mean, it's fine.
Watermelon something? Watermelon
Yeah.
something? Okay.
I failed to hide the brand name, but it's fine. We don't have brand names here. It would be funny if we were branded like, this episode is sponsored by this.
Seems it's about as random as some of the old cartoons for the Flintstones where they suddenly pull out a modern pack of cigarettes.
Oh yeah. Even better than they are actually advertising cigarettes.
Well, it wouldn't fit the advertising strategy, I guess. The show would have been more clever if they somehow stone aged the cigarettes. to something that's more relevant to their timeline and the kind of technology they have. I don't know what that be. I guess the cigarettes would be made of stone or something
Nah.
instead of paper.
I mean, people didn't exist back in the Soul Age.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the Soul Age, but in never. It depends on which show we are talking about. If we are talking about the first show, it didn't exist. But
Talk about the Flintstones cartoon show, and old enough that it actually was in black and white at the time.
oh yeah, then they didn't have paper.
Hmm.
They were just writing on soul tablets.
Yep. It's a living.
It's a living. I strongly advise you to keep that in mind and everything else. And so shall I. And I promise you,
And so I shall.
I shall. Shall I? And so I shall. And I promise you, be a suddenly professional, but also suddenly pain attitude. I thank you, Agent Ladybug, for a professional candor. I promise you I shall meet you with equal measure, for as long as you wish. Wait, is that right? An object for the wind holograph in the hidden holographic window. Her is killing just cutting off and ignoring her critically with emotions right now. Wouldn't we be encouraging that? Should we really be encouraging that? I mean, you can't really do anything about that at the moment. It is her choice, so I shall respect it. And then when he says the whole darkness in the music, as I replied, seriously, but also suddenly using the same method. Many times, but in the midst of a dangerous assignment, something like this becomes a necessary measure. So Torstaff adds to his own combination. Plus, he knows that we have to raise some noise of her encounter with time travelers later. The first time we saw her, he might fall after about the decision, even by knowing we can. Since then, she has come to accept our decision in her own way. She can have much feel like a rejected lover right now. Especially in the memory that we can include her love for him. Knowing that, she has accepted her fate as best as she can by mentally retreating into a professional training. It is not challenging to move for otherwise overwhelming emotional trauma, but also it is putting a solar pump. Acting it. Be careful with that because it can just fall out at one point. The kind of put in the long run, a more city and intense psychological acknowledgement will eventually be required, but during a crisis situation, accuracy will do for now. The mission of her solo self, sorry, as she had. At least she is being cooperative and understands her situation reasonably well. I mean, once again, you do not know if she had actually controlled the controlling, or the controlling that her to say that she controlled the controlling.
Well, if it is Mirage acting through her right now, Mirage had warned them that she's a compromisation, so she's being at least that honest.
Yeah? That's why it can be a negative step.
But according to the way Mirage is described, she is a spy that really is that good. She should be nearly flawless in her performance.
I mean, we know that the virus didn't actually change the personality.
Hmm.
So you might actually not even notice when she turns, if she turns. We know she shouldn't because of timey-wimey stuff.
Also, possibility of mental influence rather than outright domination.
Yeah? A lot of professionals in dangerous careers often have to resort to options like this on occasion. So that hologram moves in. If it's works for now, I expect her decisions accordingly. However, while I will perform as a propaganda pony in favor of a decision for the time being, I advise you to reach out to her emotional side if you wish. What? Me? And that's all I'm asked. Why can't I add other details about the current mission to a report? Why me? I already have a girlfriend. You are the one she's probably interested in. Almost the same thing. Exactly. And that is precisely the problem. And that's how your friendly applies to another question. Because that is emotionally infatuated with me, and she could lives an unnecessary risk. Because the scope of our current mission. To that extent, I even agree with her. However, I also agree with you that other options should be critically explored to at least remind her that they are there. And she isn't a jetted lover with you. Jetted? Okay, word of the day. Let's see.
Today's word is jilted. Ding, 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 yay!
To be suddenly and accurately rejected or cast aside by a romantic partner or fiancé, often without warning. And not exactly. She was rejected immediately. Thought that it is not gonna work out. Even before anything. But yeah. Instead of that, you are blank slate in her eyes, so the options for more long-term friendship is potentially on the table. I would appreciate it if you find whenever it isn't dangerous or inappropriate to do so. And I think that see where she doesn't confront her true emotions with us. Will you be my test subject? Do the rest of you agree that I am the best person to do that? And that whole time can't take to the rest of her friends? The reason I do is because I know you care. That whole self confidently and proud and pride. I consider her blessed in this regard, since I can confidently say that not only do you have her best interest at heart, but you have a good hand on your shoulders to help assure the intentions are met with the best possible approach. I can always give you some professional coaching if need be. You can hold some of effort. Beyond that, you're, you are sincere. No, you're sincere and know that affection matter. I find endearing. Just be very careful not to romance her too much. It will be a number one me. If she falls in you as well, and then you say that, sorry, I have a girlfriend. Right now, I know she's raising emotional words out of sheer desperation. I understand that. Or the person genuine and genuine. Wow, that's a lot of signs. Or the person genuine, gentle, and polite offer on your part might eventually wear those psychological barriers down. At least with you, specifically as long as you do not give up on her. But do you want to break that barrier? What if that barrier is the one stopping the virus? You don't know that. I is a roof to force our kickers more than report. I say. I am aware of those three in the cabin, and I am quite aware that the twins are the daughters of the Sandium we met earlier. Gossack. Is it like Gossack? We met earlier, Gossack. He did his head, passionately and kicker. As he has sure. Did you inform them of his fate that we are aware of so far? No, I barely spoke to them because I knew that everything I could tell them Mirage would know as well. Also, we didn't know what happened to their mother yet. I will explain. That's why I kept my contact with them to bare minimum. Aside from that, I did not want to discourage them. My situation is psychologically difficult enough to endure. Especially for a very young pair of feelings. He does his questioning then, and he led his question by asking, did you or anybody on your team inform them? I wasn't even aware of that connection at all. And with memory reports, honestly, I'm keeping an eye on and better participating in the group's hidden conversation as well. So no, they were not informed of that yet. In the meantime, Mirage is like, good, I can use that.
It could be, yeah. You gotta assume that Marge is paying attention to all of this conversation.
Yeah, and she
And
is
maybe several others in the
energy.
fog, too. I mean, this may not be the only infected in the fog, so Mirage actually might be spy camera on multiple individuals' conversation right now.
Yeah. We'll take care of that problem eventually as well. Don't suppose it alone. As soon as we deal with Mirage too. In the meantime, this calls are in the spawn of Mirage, so he should be reasonably difficult to kill. I mean, do you know that he is the spawn, or was he just turned into a different being? You never know.
Well, when he transformed the time, he was unwilling. He tried to fight it.
Also, you don't even know if it was Mirage to begin with.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be absolutely Mirage and just pretending to resist.
I mean, remember, I called it. It was a cat who was Mirage at that moment. Not the fat cat. The cat in the fat cat's hand. Oh.
I don't think there was a name for that cat in the story, but
No.
It's like a white fat cat.
Yeah, the white fat cat. I've been planning to send $10 back to our ship soon. Just carry it out with it. If I go though, I would like your permission to take a blood sample of you with me. Normally I resort to less invasive forms of medical scans, but in this case, I think it would be prudent to me to be much more precise by having a sample of you with me. Later on, I will have a better access to scanning equipment, which I can use to analyze the sample. Ah, lying to your teeth. In the meantime, actually scanning with the tool. From that, I may eventually be able to synthesize an effective antibody for the virus without killing its host. I'm curious, didn't they already have an antivirus?
Something was injected into Crackle that was supposed to
Yeah,
help her resist the infection. Something was injected into the last host too. What his name was? Uh, the Chancellor. No, actually, the Vizier.
yeah.
That did kill him.
I mean, we don't know
It,
if it gets him or he was already dead to begin with by the symbiote.
yeah, apparently the Symbiote escaped somehow, even though he was supposed to be the main host, which is what got them questioning that later.
And once again, we never checked out if there's only one symbiote. It might
Yeah.
have been a different one, or he might have been not the force to begin with.
That, yeah, I remember you discussing that before, and I remember them discussing it. Someone that Salazar contacted indicated an alliance between two symbiotes is damn rare because they usually try to eat each other. Because if they do, they might gather all the memories and abilities of the other one.
Yeah? I think she is a Magi too. Because as Salazar. But look at transferred from the Kelly. Then the Magi spoke. To Salazar, Michael and ask you a question. Like one of your original team members. I'm thinking she's wearing all of the medical jams on her coat. Yes, to your first question, and also to your second. As the second, I guess it's back to Dr. Curly. While she is on my team at the moment, she is a professional researcher. She's not on my personal payroll. But I look back at Kekon. Nevertheless, she has my complete and confidence to follow your situation professionally and accurately. I will not insist for you to do so, but I strongly advise you to cooperate with her. My boss has ordered me, there's no has, my boss ordered me to follow your orders, sir. Because my mind in a professional but also empty voice. Me decisive. Either order me to cooperate with her or not. I will do whatever you order. He ordered you to strongly advise cooperating with her. Right?
The
He
last sentence
is
of
your
that was,
boss, not your master.
I will not insist for you to do so, but I strongly advise you to cooperate.
Yeah. The size in disappointment. That is not exactly the answer he has been hoping for. I think that is my answer to Kelly. The nose to her, will be made to her as he has. If that is your decision, then I hereby order you to surrender a blood sample to my assistant here. For the sake of the eventual success of the current mission. Wrong wording, Salazar. You have not said surrender your blood sample. You could be surrounding another blood sample. Maybe a blood of a victim. Well, madam, accepts the better than that expression, Mr. Kelly. You may proceed, Doctor. Thank you. Mr. Kelly replies politely, then pushes the wife floating a tool out of the inside of her lap coat pocket. On feeling her side, I see the kicker giving a haunting gesture, and suddenly sees warning look overcomes Kicker's face. Before you proceed, I must give you a word of caution. You are not dealing with an ordinary blood sample anymore, but an infected with the virus of a being who is a changeling. An augmented changeling who has unusual abilities, who was all unusual abilities to be human. As such, you will find this blood sample unusually aggressive, and prepare to fight back against you. Huh? He honestly precaution.
Since the sample has morphic qualities now, it might be transformed into a bug or something and
Yeah,
attack.
no, it is the early version of slimes in RPGs.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Take your necessary precaution, as you can, with that in mind. I know, I will. But you can promise it. You just have to get a spotlight using your tool, and eventually look to her face. I'm silently asking, may I continue? Her face stopped at Dr. Kelly for a moment, as taking the measure of her method, then finally looked away, rather than casually. Also, I wouldn't think that it would actually have its own mind, but for all we know, it might actually turn into acid.
Yeah, that could happen.
Since I know that you spoke to the others in the local cabin now, what else did they share in their report? You asked Sandra. I don't wish to repeat what they already said, but if you tell me what they said, it will give me a chance to correct it, just in case they made a mistake. Nah, you should tell me everything. I can figure it out. You are compromised. The Finnish honestly didn't know much, Sandra informed. They have, for the most part, stayed confined inside the cabin. I was in the following this forest. The majority of the useful reports I have gotten from there I come from a blue unicorn stallion by the name of Storybox. Nah, you are messed up. You don't heard his name. He said that he once came from an opposing camp. There is a little amount of resources. They even grow their own food. But the camp currently gets assaulted by 3 other groups. 2 of them are after the police food, another supply, and the last group are misposted. And the next just spent mayhem. Do you have anything to add to that report? It's so that her replies with a simple shrug. He came here a short while ago, and he's been looking after the village ever since. He will call them a bunch of toys, and such for bootstraps he found within the cabin, and a few are dumped off since. For my part, I plan on giving them food, water, and protection. He looks off into a certain direction, then nods to understand to it as she said. Of those, the motel was the easiest spot. There's a clean sight of the fresh water nearby. This sounds like Mirage telling you what to say. They might have the same thing, like a holographic communication as well.
It could be, but it's also feasible that Crackle had enough time to discover that.
Yeah, but this does nodding to something.
Hmm.
Can be either communication or just nodding to there's the water. It can be either multiple ways. That's how they go with, in fact. No, I'm going concerned about it over time. I think the water is stagnant now because the source is cut off because of the fog. I mean, in it?
We actually know the lake is there since the prologue of Monsters in Disguise. When Cornstalk was first introduced, he had explored that lake. So, yeah,
Yeah.
he is there.
As for food, I found some, but it's going more scarce. Not a man and the night, but I don't go back fast enough to sustain everybody here, indefinitely. Honestly, I have been having trouble finding new sources of food for quite some time. Actually, I'm even considering going after some meat. This situation honestly has gotten less and bad. I haven't done it yet, but if things continue as they are, I figured I might get some fish from the lake. I mean, later on, you are not even gonna be a pony, so it wouldn't be much of a problem.
Charmaine's a pony, though? Kind of unusual.
I think that if you were right had anything on more knowledge, you can observe of such to a metal pearl. The tool, and the shield's way is an lab code for us, for safekeeping. Do you get carefully? Yes. I would say you have been suffering from erosion as well. The liberation most likely. Yeah! Obviously, while the most person are thinking from every moment.
I noticed
Well,
your bruised right eye. It's probably because I kept punching it.
yeah. For the first time in several minutes, the emotion carries through Kakaro's rest of math. In this case, it is a lawyer. You made. But excuse me, princess. For me, paraphrasing. That's how I'm putting here, including myself. And so grabbing a few weeks of sleep. My situation is quite desperate. I have to find every minute to stay alive. I meant what I said as no issue that you can observe. I just made a professional observation. And you made an unprofessional note of that. Here is the positive side, and there's a hoof to the final main, before showing. I know, trust me, I know, and you're right. I haven't slept for a long time, so forgive me if I seem a bit cranky at the night. Objection? And correction? You have been sleeping up until now. You just woke up. I've been fighting to keep my composure for a very long time now. Honestly, I have no idea how long it's been. The rest of you probably know better than I do on that front. Here's look shifts to the others again, as she goes on to say. Here fight, that's the other option I had to resort to. Much of Miss Monsters have tried to solve this little cabin time and time again. I think it is because Mira is aware of my resistance against her control. So she decided to wear me down. She does that by making sure I have no time for sleep. She will always assault this cabin whenever I show a hint of nothing by God. On top of that, price have escalated over time. Here it is. I just want to not rely on the power of this not occurring and reflecting blood in me. But for the past 5 or so, it must be hard to want to become my only option. And probably the more you use it, the more easier it is for her to control you. In doing so, some weird sort of hunger can overcome me. And especially in pushing me closer to a winning control over me. But the same dark power is getting augmented in my strength, speed, natural healing, and it gives me the ability to natural shapeshift. Thanks to that, I'm actually finding this type of attacks of despite the accessing challenge. Sounds like a changeling, right? You are getting a taste of what you can become later on in the future. After your...
Kind of sounds more like a super scroll.
Yeah? But I was... I should say like that a changeling has more automatic side speed and natural healing. And has a shapeshift ability, obviously, compared to a normal pony. However, I can't stay this forever, no matter how much I want to. No food, no rest, and anything to drink. Sharks. Only a pool of water. But this is all I can do. I don't even have a plan anymore. I'm so exhausted and starving. Probably hungry in more than one way. Given all of that, I'm not surprised I can think straight enough to give coherent sentences and all. I mean, this is what you are thinking, what you are saying. But who knows? Maybe all the others are hearing is like, Canada, That is because you are extremely strong. The Doctor Command. Permanently so. Even awe-inspiringly so. You are here now, however, so we can help pick up the slack. I think the best option for us is to get some food in your belly and some disease in your body. And musa in your body. He knows to the others. Here, as he should. We will stand by and guard you while you do so. In the north, and to the Lord cabin beside them. You can use that after vacating of the earth. I know that the compliment is high. Look back at her. But at least than what you have been forced to endure lately. In the meantime, this is me I just literally waiting for. Lower your guard and go to sleep. Before you all go in, I think I'm going to do one final round of preparation in there before I take off. So carry another thing. And so as to look into the wind, as she runs the shore stallion. Will you come with me, sir? I can use your assistance with something. Namely, using the raw stone, so I can end up dropping, and the sea occupant in there to the ship. So you carry total stuff and... Oh, I told them they are saying it out loud. I mean, that would be one thing that they could literally just make them think that they need to hold it.
Yeah, that you're getting rid of the innocent targets there before Mirage through Crackle tries to make a hostage out of them.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Ah! makes it is momentarily distracted with dual layers of communication with the current use. One sources out to enough. Tell him that he only used one energy at a time. I mean, yeah, it would be very distracting if he said it at the same time. He decided with a close smile. Sure, Doctor. I would love to help you out. Excellent. And he cheered calmly. Before most of them, the man back into the cabin. And there was so much rejoicing. Like I said earlier, I will follow your orders. Come with me. Okay, go to sleep. Now. He reminds her that Esther looks at her from the imposing pair of bullets and looked back at her. Technically, I mostly agree with you. After all, it would be best to have every member of your team as close to 100% as possible. But keep in mind that me I know everything I know, and that includes when I fall asleep. I can almost guarantee you he will test your defenses. Whenever any of your guards is up, you will slightly. That's fine. I said. The status of the rest of my team is simply well low. We can hope for more assaults if we have to. Meanwhile, I have you put in more or less critical condition. So I will need to address that issue up front now that you have joined the team. Aside from that, I need you to think more clearly. Can you lead us to the other lost victims in the fog? He gives her a sharp look as he checks. You can do that for us, right? Maybe? I have some idea where they are. Yes, sir. He confirms. The point at the very least, I'm not sure where the Minotaurs or the other group is attacking from. That's fine, because the attackers know where they are attacking from. True. Here's the doctor. Also next time, they try and fail, so they then camp again. I mean, you don't know that they might have already attacked the whole thing. They will tell us what we want to know, after we give them the proper incentive. I mean, all you need right now is food and water and protection, probably. Proper incentive, eh? As it looks at the back of the giant black python nearby. Then note, as she said, yeah, I see what you're bringing to the table in the regard. Nah, he will not say a word. Doctor and I are both skilled diplomats and adventurers. And are informed, second. Custom I usually keep around. And that are from fighting. But if it still happens anyway, then we are that much more prepared for it, with him around. I'm saying, is Lee say that? Custom tells that I'll pay over his shoulder. With a firm nod of agreement, and not being alert for any further external threat. Wait, isn't that against the code of you not saying anything?
I mean, the nod?
Yeah. I think the...
Well, he didn't say anything.
Yeah, but everyone knows a nod is meaning yes, a confirmation. It is communication. It is a little back door, basically. Right? I mean, if this was true, that he can do that, then he could actually learn ESL and use that. He's not saying anything. I don't know ESL, so I won't even try. But there was a point in time I was considering learning it when I wasn't able to talk. It's still not the best, but at least slightly understandable. Because it's another very low side, but this time when they leave. When she looks by Salazar, her eyelids are way down, with heavy fatigue. Yet, she said managed to say, "It's really a relief to have you all here with me, if I back me up. I've been fighting alone for so long, part of me almost got used to it. What have you made? You have a time machine." Right? Literally the same thing happened in other land when summer was. Agent Ladybug, I can certainly assure you that my intention that none of us have to fight alone and looking from now on. And I'm about to kick her. I promised I would be here to protect you, and so I will. Once again, I apologize for the delay, but I will make up for the lost time. Together, you have shown time to its natural balance, and time for Equestria and the world. It is time to come in beside him. And that includes you turning into a living being. You know, that's in the natural balance of things. And once again, that reminds me of Star Wars. When they said Anakin is the one who will restore natural balance. And he did. There were way too many Jedi. Now I'm getting now. I get some food in you. They follow you inside because I can use a bite to eat as well. One of our dear companions, that used, and all the tickets off as well. But she prepared a meal for us before she left. Ah! They literally told her that they already left. They didn't use the teleportation circle. We don't have that technology yet. They just left while you were asleep. If she was asleep. Once again, we don't know if she was asleep or Mirage can see everything while she's asleep. After that, I ordered you to rest. He got your sign back. We will probably need it for a challenge in the head.
I will follow that advice soon, too.
Yeah. You'll note as she yawns silently. It's almost starts to slide her way into the clock come in. At long last. And yeah, I pushed through, even though my voice was tired. Because tomorrow I will not be able to do anything.
Okay.
Because I will not be home. By this time I will be embarrassed completely.
What'd you think of this chopper?
Yay! There was so much rejoicing. I can actually sleep. I am probably, I am a little bit scared that this might be the one time that Mirage is waiting for. Where she's at least literally lowering her defense and now I can rest.
Yeah, that could be. And Crackle herself said that Mirage often tried to take advantage of that every time she slept before. But that was when she was alone. Now she's got extra help to look after her while she sleeps.
Yeah, she was inside.
She's still warned though that the attack might come when I go to sleep. Mirage would be aware of that whenever Crackle goes to sleep.
Yeah, I feel like that was actually a trap. That he didn't want her to sleep, but also when she sleeps, definitely alone, and that's when she can take over.
Yeah, that might be the case.
And they remain on the writer if she is taken over or not. In a way, they fact they sent the kids and toy box back to the TARDIS. They will be fine there. I believe toy box is not that far gone yet.
Yeah. Okay.
And Vision is there, so he will know
I'm
if
curious
something
about your
happens.
prediction for the next chapter.
Oh yeah, by the way, let me actually see what the next chapter is. Oh, it's more trouble. Is it gonna be the whole thing that I said that trouble isn't here? I moved my time.
Maybe. Is that what your prediction is?
I mean, it would be funny if someone was there.
Okay.
Because
But that could also apply to a situation, and that could easily be applied to whatever they're doing.
no, that is a very serious thing. Can the Symbiote take over a god of Discord? God of Chaos?
Probably
Is
not.
it possible?
Hmm.
I mean, they have
can't say
physical
it's-
forms.
I would have to say not likely, but it's probably not impossible. He's been defeated before. In multiple ways.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think someone is gonna be here, even though the title.
Okay.
She can be here. It would be funny, but I don't think she will be. I mean, she would be an asset to the team. But
If
yes?
you're right, what do you think it does apply to instead?
I mean, what I said that I think if Keka goes to sleep, that's will be more trouble because she will be taken over.
Right.
And also Mirage will appear at one point. We know that there's gonna be multiple attacks on them while she's asleep. Now, we don't know if she has offered better incentives to the Minotaurs than you can.
Mm.
Because the Minotaurs are attacking ponies, we don't know if it's for food or if it's because they are working with her.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I need to go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
I actually have an inspection in the morning.
So yeah, thank you for watching. And see you next time whenever that's by me because I have no idea when. I will keep you updated when I know.
Okay. Thank you.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.